Welcome to Broad Street Phanatics, episode number 37. I am here with my co-host, Kim Bogdanoff, and we have a special guest from Newman Goretti, which he is now alumni, and his name is Wali Hepburn. And welcome to the podcast, and we're happy to have you on.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm happy to be here.
So my first question is, what was it like to play in the Rumph Classic in LA?
The Rumph Classic was great, man. It was a great experience. We got to represent our city, a bunch of guys from different eras, different neighborhoods, all coming together for the city and going out to play in LA against other cities. That's some of the best cities in the world for basketball. So it was a great experience. Wish we would have won, of course, but it still was a really good experience because it was the first year for that type of event. And going forward, it looks like it's going to be something that's going to expand and just be good for years to come. So to be a part of the first season of it, that's something that'll probably sit well with me, knowing that I was a part of the original team. So it was just a great experience, just being out in LA. LA is a beautiful place. Like you said, just meeting up with different guys that you may have played with overseas, played against, high school, college, all guys just coming back together like years down the line. You just knowing guys from teenagers to now seeing people as men and just all bringing that together. It was just a great experience.
Yeah. My question is, what was the transition like from playing at a private school like Newman Goretti to playing in college?
I think Newman Goretti does a good job of getting you ready for college. It's like similar to that type of culture where in heights, like we have to come together. Like you have to do a lot of sacrificing when you go to Newman Goretti because there's a lot of talent, a lot of guys that are really good, and you're all coming together for the greater cause, which is the win. So when you get to college, it's kind of the same thing. Like you might leave high school feeling like you're the man, but when you go to college and you're being recruited, everybody was the man in their high school. So at the same time, you still have to come together and mesh together and do what's best for the team in order for you guys to be successful. So I feel like Newman Goretti does a great job of preparing you for that because you get that understanding that it takes a team for the ultimate goal to get accomplished.
What was it like to play for Lockhaven University in 14 and 15?
Lockhaven was great. It was a place that I never probably would have ever went to if it wasn't for basketball. Like I had no idea where it was, but it was a great place. Like they gave me my second chance at life to play basketball and to get an education. So I was just so happy to be there and just to have the opportunity to be there. And they welcomed me with open arms. They helped me grow as a basketball player, as a man, as a leader. They just helped me a lot in my maturation process. So it was just a great experience. I love Lockhaven. It's a beautiful place too. When you actually get there, it's just like you just appreciate just the beauty of just nature, being up in the mountains, like that type of feel. Like coming from the city, you rarely get to see that. So that was like something new for me and something that I came to appreciate. So Lockhaven was just great for me. I loved it. Like I said, it was like a place that saved my life. It was a safe haven. Like Lockhaven was like a safe haven for me. So I just loved being there. And then basketball wise, we helped build a program that was the bottom on the D2 scale and help it get built to a respectable program within a top conference in Division II basketball. So that was a great experience too, to start to help the school build from a bottom feeder to a household name in that conference and in Division II basketball. So that was another part of the process that just was great about it because we built something that's still going on right now to this day where the program was in shambles before we got there. So that was another part of the experience that was just great. like Lockhaven just was great all across the board.
What was your favorite memory playing for Newman Goretti?
My favorite moment for Newman Goretti, it would be the junior championship. I didn't even play, but my teammate DJ hit this game-winning 3 at the buzzer for the championship, and we won the championship for the second year in a row. That was like, and it was against our arch rival. So like we like stormed the court, everything. Like when he hit the shot, it was just, that was a great moment for just to be a part of. But playing wise, my favorite moment was probably this game that we had like at home. Like we was playing against St. Joe's Prep, who was another rival. We was playing against them. It was a great game. And I got like a clutch basket at the end to seal the game. And like, it was like a big deal because, you know, that was like a big rivalry game. We was fighting for a top seat in the league. So that was just a big game, and just the way that our fans always was. It always was a great atmosphere when we played. So the fans were just going crazy. It was just a great experience.
Yeah. What are your thoughts heading into the TBT tournament?
TBT, I'm excited for it. You know, last year was our first year in it. We were the first high school alumni team to ever be a part of it. So that was a great experience. We didn't play as well as we like. We lost our first game, so we're anxious to come back and have a better showing and actually win some games. So right now we're just locked in and excited to be back because, you know, it's a process to even be back in the tournament. So we're one, grateful to be back in the tournament, and then two, we're just excited to have a better showing this time and get some money.
When do you leave for the region?
I'm actually not sure the exact date right now. It's not too far from us. It's probably like a 3.5 hour drive. So I'm sure we probably will leave like sometime the day before we play or something like that along those lines. So I'm not all the way sure on when exactly we're leaving, but we're getting together. We've been getting together over the last week or so. We're getting back in the gym, doing everything. So we're just focused on getting there. Like we're gonna get to, like that time. We're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. We just ready to go.
Oh, I wanted to mention Cameron and I know the coach that will be coaching for the North team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
And some of the players too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and some of the players, yeah.
Cool.
Two of the players play professional. One plays in Taiwan.
Mm-hmm.
I think, am I correct, Cam? And the other one plays in Germany.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool.
It'll be cool if you guys will have to match up against them.
Right. If not, I wish they go all the way, man. If we don't,
What do you think about Team Brotherly Love?
Team Brotherly Love's a good team. I don't think they're participating this year. That's pretty much a bummer because they did a good job of representing the city in the past years in the TBT tournament. And, you know, they've been a staple in the Philly basketball community for the last few years, like just with the city getting behind them and their TBT pushes and everything. So it's sad to see that they're going, but you know, those guys, that's a good set of guys that they got. So they say that they're going to bring it back. So I'm sure they'll bring it back and everything, and they'll be the same Brotherly Love team that we're used to. You know, they're going to play hard, play that Philly style basketball, and go out there and make it work for everything.
Do you have any pregame rituals?
Not like a set ritual. It's just like normally it depends. Like what time the game is. Like, there's no set ritual, but like once I know like what time the game is, I like to like make a little plan to line up into the game time. But it's not nothing in particular. Only thing I'll probably say is I normally like to have like oatmeal on the morning of game days. That's probably the only ritual. And if it's a later game, I like to get a nap in at some point during the day. But for the most part, it's just find out what time the game is and then just go about your process of mentally locking in, get your
Yeah.
music going, and just get ready to go to the gym. Whatever your body may need at the time, make sure you tend to that. If your body feel good, you just stay off it. Like there's no set thing. It's just once you know it's game time and I just play it out as the day goes on. But I'm probably gonna try to get some oatmeal and a nap before the game at some point throughout the day, if I can.
What's your top 3 game day songs?
Top 3 game day songs. Wow, that's tough. Cause it depends on how I'm feeling the day of the game. Sometimes I might be a little hyper. So
Yeah.
I may need some slower music to tune me down. And then some days I might just be like, just blah. And then I get that music to get me going. So I'm gonna try to give you like a mix of what I like. So I would say, let me see right now, what songs do I like to get ready to? I like Kodak Black, Super Gremlin right now. That's one. I'm trying to think of a slower song that might keep me calm but keep me in the mood. Probably like something Drake. Teenage Love Affair, something like that. Like it's just something weird, like just to like mellow me down,
Yeah.
but like keep me.
How
Keep me
about
up.
Meek?
Oh, yeah, Meek's like a go-to. That's what like when I'm trying to get a go-to, I'll just like let a whole Meek album just play. Like
Yeah.
yeah, because Meek's my guy. You know, Dreams and Nightmares. I like I've been like Meek's not from too far from me, so like I've been listening to Meek forever. So like I might go in the crate and get some old school Meek to like get me going. Like I got like when it comes to Meek, it's just like I could just go into the crate and just pull something out from Meek. Like I might listen to this mixtape real quick, or I might listen to this album. Like my favorite album though is probably Wins and Losses. Like I listen to a lot of Wins and Losses when I get in my mode. That's probably like my go-to Meek album, like to get me in my
Have
that
you
or Dream.
ever? Sorry to interrupt you.
That's
Have you ever got to meet Meek in person?
Yeah, like I said, we're from not too far from the same neighborhood. So like I used to see him all the time, like in the neighborhood. Like we weren't like friends or the best of friends, but like we got similar mutual friends. So we might be in the same place sometimes. We might shake hands, hey, what's going on? Those type of things. And it would just like happen over the years, like all the time. Like I said, to this day, we still have a lot of the same friends. But we know some people, so we might end up being in the same place every now and then. And this is always love, but we're not like friends. But I've definitely been around them. I got pictures with them, things like that. But it's not like every time. Like we're not like friends. I can't say like, yeah, that's my buddy, but he's a guy from the neighborhood. I've been around him a couple of times. Like I've been following his career from the beginning. Like I remember seeing him like battling in the schoolyard, just like as a rapper, like no deal, no nothing. So like I've known who Meek was for a long time. So we've been in mutual paths from time to time.
What was a typical day like for you when you played in LA for the Rumph Classic?
Typical day, it's LA, so it's like sunny. It's just like a beautiful place. So it was just more like wake up in the morning. We had breakfast. Depending on what time guys wake up, you might be a couple guys that we sit there, socialize with a little bit while we had breakfast. Like the first game was later in the day, so we had a shoot around, so we chilled until shoot around, had to shoot around, then went from shoot around to just your little downtown until we go to get on a bus. Then we got on the bus, went to the game, played, and the day is pretty much over because we had the last game the first day. So we pretty much just went back to the room. And then the second day, we had an earlier game, so it was like 2. So we pretty much just had breakfast, stayed off our feet pretty much, just chilled, laid around for the most part until the game, because the game was at 2. And then we played the game. And then once we played the game and we knew our feet, it was just like, we had like 2 days left in LA just to have fun. So, we just, a lot of guys just was using it as just time to be away from home. Guys got families, careers, and everything. So some guys just was happy to just be away for it and be able to play basketball. So for the most part, we just was hanging out, just sharing stories, reconnecting with guys who we haven't seen over the years and all that type of things. And just, just enjoying a little LA. Like, we didn't do too much. We sightsaw a little bit, went to see some popular places and just have fun. Like the Red Bull guys who set up the event, they had a lot of activities for us to do. So we were engaging with the guys from the other team, the Red Bull company. Like, it was just a great event that they had for us the whole time. So it was pretty much like set for us. We just went about the program.
Do you have a favorite college team or NBA team that you root for?
Yeah, college, I'm actually a Kansas fan. Like, I like Kansas. It's a long story. Like, when I was a kid, when I used to have the college basketball game. Yeah,
Yeah.
like when the games, like I used to play the college basketball game, and like my favorite color is blue. Like, you see, I got the blue right now. My favorite color is blue, so Kansas was like one of those teams that was good. And for some reason, Duke is blue too, but I didn't really like Duke for some reason. I think because my big brother loved Duke and he used to like talk Duke this, Duke that, and I used to just want to go against him, but I still loved blue. And like Kansas, it was out of like Kansas and Kentucky. And for some reason, like when I started playing, like I even remember the team. It was the team that went to the national championship against Carmelo Anthony. Like that was the year of the league. They had like Kirk Heinrich, Nick Collins, and all of those guys. So I used to play with them on the game, and I used to be good. So I kind of like Kansas more because my brother used to play with Duke, and I used to play with Kansas. And then after that, I just been liking Kansas ever since. And then the Morris twins ended up going to Kansas, so I ended up like having more of a reason to root for them because I know the Morris twins, and they got to go to Kansas. So just from that ride on, I just pretty much like Kansas. So Kansas is probably my favorite college basketball team. NBA, I don't really have a team. Like, I root for the Sixers, and Embiid is one of my favorite players. So like I definitely root for the Sixers. So, but for the most part, I just like players. Like I'm just a fan of the sport. Like I just love like basketball. Like I'm just a student of the game. Like I just appreciate everybody like that's good and everybody that's good at what they do. So like I don't really like to have to root against guys and all of that because of the team that they play on. I just had like a player mentality where I just love the game of basketball. Like I appreciate everybody. Like I don't like to get in a comparison of what player is better than this player because 9 times out of 10 it's 2 great players we're comparing, and it's like, and they're just great players. Like I'm just a fan of greatness, and so I don't really have a team for professional sports.
I can't ignore the topic of Kevin Durant. So what's your thought on that situation with him trying to find a place to go?
Like I said, this is one of the things where it's just like, it's like a player's thing. It's like, I guess he's at a point where he doesn't feel something isn't right and he doesn't have the best ability to succeed in Brooklyn anymore for whatever reasons. Like we don't really know what's going on internally in that franchise. So it's hard to speak on, but for some reason he wants to leave. And it's like, if he wants to leave, then I mean, I guess you just gotta either stand firm and make him stay because he's under contract, or you gotta let him go. Like that's pretty much where the league is at these days, where the players have a lot of control. So that's one of them things where he pretty much sets his own destiny. So when you're that good of a player, you have that privilege. So I guess he just exercising his privilege, and I don't know. Like, I guess I just hope the best for him. Like, I'm a
What-
fan of KD, so I just want to see him do whatever's best for him.
Where do
I
you?
would.
My bad. Sorry
No,
about
what you
that.
gonna say? No, that's fine.
What team do you think will use him the best? Like if
See, like, honestly, like the best team for him was the team that he was on. Like, if like Golden State was like the best situation. Like it was he got a lot of scrutiny for it, and I was one of the ones who scrutinized him for it because, like I said, the only reason I scrutinized is because he played against him, and I felt like they could have beat him, and then they let the game slip away, and then he wound up going to the Warriors. So I was a little upset about that part of it. But the fact of him leaving, like I didn't have a problem with it. But once he got there, it was just like icing on the cake. It was a juggernaut. Like, so it was like, it don't get no better than that. Like, what you want to do? Like, do you want to win or do you want to do your own thing? So it's like, that would be the best place for him. I feel like Golden State, of course, would be the best place for him. But other than Golden State, I don't know, maybe Miami, just because of the culture and Pat Riley, and they used to, that superstar dynamic, bringing people in. It's Miami, that type of thing. And I think that they would do a good job as an organization of putting everything that he need around him to win. So Miami would be a good place. Like talent-wise, Philly, it would be great if he came to Philly. If you compare him here with Joel and maybe James or whoever, that would be great too. But I would just say, if I'm thinking organization-wise, because it has to be something organizational-wise if you're willing to leave Brooklyn, because you can get all the pieces you need there. So if he's leaving for organizational reasons, I would think he would probably look to go to Miami.
That sounds very interesting. What do you think about Miami giving up? Like, how much will Miami give up if he decides to go to Miami?
I mean, I would think you would probably just have to keep Bam and Jimmy to make it work. I feel like other than Bam and Jimmy, like in order for KD to want to go there and be there for 4 more years, and for Brooklyn to get the best that they can get, it will probably, I don't know. Like, it's hard to, like, you want to keep Bam and Jimmy, but it's like, how, like, what do you get now for KD? Like, I mean, Harold would be good. What other guys do they have over there in Miami?
I think there's
You would probably want to keep Kyle Lowry too, but then you got like, so it's like, it's hard for Miami to make a good trade. I think Toronto probably got the most pieces, other than Golden State, of course.
Yeah.
To maybe help Brooklyn get somewhere where they want to get, but I don't know. It's hard
I think
for you to trade, because it's not like he's a free agent. You trade, and so it's like you got to keep pieces that want him to even want to come here and stay here. So I don't know.
I think Bam is still under some contract, or they can't trade him yet. So I don't know if they'll be able to. I don't know if they'll be able to find a way to get to get Kevin Durant without trading Bam, which they're not able to do yet.
Right. So
It should be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. I'm anxious to see it though, because that's gonna send shots around the airways whenever he decides, or whenever a deal gets done. So, or even if he decides to stay, you never know. Like, I don't know how bad things are. It could just be him just flexing his muscles just to get something that he needs to get done. So he might end up. He got 4 more years, so you never know. They might can make a leap push and get him to stay, because they still have a good team. They still have the ability to compete right now with the team that they have, and it's still free agency. So you never know what make it happen.
So my next question is, what are your thoughts on Templa's freshman Haziel Middle?
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Fave. We call him Fave. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan of
fact.
him. Yeah, I'm a big fan of his. We're from the same neighborhood. He's from South Philly kid, Newman Goretti kid. So, you know, that's me. So he's just another guy in the family. Like, I'm a big fan of his. I just love the way he competes all the time. He doesn't get too rattled. The moment doesn't ever get too big for him. He comes to play hard, like every time he steps on the court. And I love that about him. And he's just a grinder, man. He's a good kid. He's a grinder. Like, I have a lot of love and respect for Hasim a lot. Like, or Fade. Like, he's a good kid. He's in a good situation right now. He earned his spot. Nothing was given to him. He went from not really playing early in the season to becoming a starter and making an impact on a good team as a college freshman. So that's very impressive.
Mhm.
So I'm just anxious to see how he continues to build and go forward at Temple, and hopefully he can finish out and have a great career there, because like I say, he's a good kid and the sky's the limit for him. And I'm rooting for him for sure.
We have two more questions. I'll do the second to the last one, and Cameron, you'll do the last one. So, have you ever worked with Chuck Ellis? If so, what kinds of things did you work on?
Yeah, I worked with Chuck a few times. Mostly it's been with his runs. So like I go to his runs and we play, but before we play, like we do different things. Like sometimes it might be off the screen work, with ball handling, coming off screens, shooting, passing, all those type things. Some days it might just be catching and shooting, like just working off screens, like off the ball screens, you know, coming off curls, coming off fades, like that type of thing. It just depends. It depends on who's in the gym, who you're working out with, because sometimes he does that. He groups guys together that are similar and have similar skill sets, or sometimes he mixes guys who have different skill sets and let you guys do a little bit of everything. It's a different grind every time, but it's based off of the same things with fundamentals and just being consistent on the basic things that you need, like the things that you learned as a kid. You just try to sharpen up on those and just add little nuances within those basic fundamentals that you're used to. So that's normally what his workouts consist of. And then, like I said, playing like is normally, you know, high level guys. Most of the best guys in the city play there, play with him, train with him. So there's always great competition when you playing. So that's normally what it's like to work out with Chuck Ellis.
And then my last question is, what will you be doing from now until the TBT tournament starts?
Yeah, I'm just working out, you know, play as well. And, you know, summertime, summer leagues. We playing in a pro-am. You know, I play in some summer leagues in the city, out the city, just in the area, New York, Jersey, Philly. So I'm just doing that and also getting my body prepared and just rested enough to be able to play in those games and just be in good shape. So I'm just taking care of my body, doing the things necessary while still playing and working out, just staying consistent and playing basketball. So you're just in that flow. You know, when the TBT comes around, you don't want to be not having played in game style formats in a certain amount of time, because it may throw off your rhythm depending on what type of player you are. So for me, I just like to stay at it. Like I constantly play, train, keep my body all year round pretty much, whether it's professionally, semi-professionally, neighborhood. Like I just consistently play, you know, just continue to stay in the gym, work on my body, work on my craft, just all year round pretty much. So right now, just playing mentally and getting ready mentally and physically both to get ready and get to that grind, because it's a grind.
Thank you so much for coming on, and we are more than excited to watch you play on national TV once your game comes around. And I would definitely be rooting for you guys, as well as the Nord team and any Philly team that's in it. And we we definitely appreciate you coming on to talk to us.
Thank you guys. Thanks for having me. It was great.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.